Hi everyone, it's Louise here from Sew Sophia. I'm just coming on for my Friday bag chat. Yes, it's back now that the boy is back at school. I can start doing these again. So today's bag chat is not about a bag, it's about my new artist brush roll pattern, which has launched today. So before I kick off, if the doorbell goes, forgive me if I have to run, but I am not missing my fabric delivery. It's very important I get it today, because if I don't answer the door, they'll try and deliver it tomorrow, and I'm not prepared to wake up early for the postman in the morning. So you see the postman behind me, I'm going. Right, back to business. My new artist brush roll pattern, which featured in the big bag bundle sale last week, has officially launched on my website today. Yay! So I printed off a copy for you. You don't need to print out the pattern. It's a digital pattern, so you can follow along on your computer screen. But I thought I'd just give you an idea of what my patterns look like, so that you know what you're getting for your price. So first of all, I go through quite a bit of detail at the beginning about what fabrics you can use for this particular project. I make it in a waterproof fabric. You can use cotton or canvas as well. And then I include step-by-step instructions with photos alongside for every part of making this pattern, so that you can follow along. I'll just show you. And then at the very end of the pattern, I also include a handy cutting layout for the small and large versions of the paintbrush roll, because it's a very good pattern to cut out in batches. If you've seen, I did a little video earlier today. I was busy batch cutting the large brush roll, and it really makes you make sure that you're using the correct quantity of fabric with minimal waste. So the way I've laid it out, you're left with very few pieces that you can use for zip ends or very minimal scraps, which is what we want with our fabric. We want it to go as far as possible. So that's just about my pattern. You don't need to print out the pattern, because all the pattern pieces are measured and cut out with a ruler. So you have your pocket piece, your backing, and then your main fabric. And it would help if I showed you the actual finished product. If you've missed my other posts earlier this week, this is my artist brush roll. Now I make these in water resistant fabrics because I make them mainly for artists, both amateur artists and professional artists. And the whole beauty of this pattern is that you can mop up any spills. You can store paintbrushes while they're still damp and let them air dry. So you can transport your paintbrushes to an art class or workshop, or to a field if you fancy doing a bit of art and painting in the field. You can also use this for everyday storage. Now this is my extra large version, and it's perfect for oil and acrylic paintbrushes because they are extra long. And you can also use it for knitting needles. So the pattern launches today, and I've got it on at an introductory offer, 25% off the pattern all of this weekend. It comes to just over £5 for the pattern in the sale, and that ends on Sunday. So if you're interested in making one of these, grab your pattern while it's on sale. Why not? It comes as well with a video tutorial, so you can watch and sew at the same time. You can sew along with me in real time. I don't speed up any of the steps in the film, so we can just sew along together. And yeah, it comes in 3 sizes, small and large and extra large. And I've had a few questions in my group, so I thought I'd just run through a few details for you. Firstly, someone asked, where do I get my waterproof fabrics here in the UK? It can be quite hard to find the right fabric for the right project. I'm actually putting together a tip sheet. It's a tip sheet that I made a few years ago, and I'm just updating it with more current suppliers of waterproof fabrics. So that's going to be coming out soon. If you sign up to my bag maker emails, I will be sending the details and the link to the tip sheet to my subscribers. And I should have I think I've put it on this live video, but I'll make sure afterwards I'll pop a link to sign up to my emails below. So that's about the fabrics. This one, you need something durable to make this project. This one's in a waxed canvas, but it doesn't have an oily feel. It's very dry fabric. And then the inside of the brush roll I've done in, I've used a water-resistant nylon. Both are quite durable and heavyweight, but still okay to sew on a domestic sewing machine like mine. You can use a Microtex needle and also a Teflon coated foot if your machine struggles with wipe clean fabrics. But I find if it's a dry or a matte finished fabric, it sews okay without needing to worry about changing my presser foot. So Microtex needles though are key to sewing with water resistant fabrics. You can also sew it, make it with a coated cotton or a laminated cotton like this one. This is from Cloud9. I did used to stock this fabric in my shop, the green one, and I've got the lemons, and I've got the Blue Hills. These are all organic laminated cottons, and I have a few fat quarters left in my shop for these fabrics. I need to just check on quantities before adding any more. I don't want you to think that I've got them available and I don't have enough for this project. So I'll double check on that. But yeah, laminated cotton or a coated cotton is really good. I would not suggest using oilcloth because this project, the brush roll rolls up, and you need it to be flexible enough to roll out. So it can be durable and wipe clean, but you need a bit of flexibility so that you can roll it up like this. And oilcloth over time can tend to split as well, whereas something like laminated cotton or the wax canvas won't split. And you can easily make this project in a cotton fabric, ordinary cotton or ordinary canvas as well. What I do suggest, I'm busy making one as well, in this gorgeous Rifle Paper Company canvas, which is weighty enough, but I've still fused some interfacing onto the back to make it an equivalent weight to the laminated cotton, just to give it a bit more structure, and also because we'll be adding snaps to snap the top of the brush roll over at the end. So yeah, canvas works, cotton works. You just need to make sure you've interfaced your cotton pieces. I'd still suggest using a water resistant backing inside, because one of the key features of this brush roll is that it's wipe clean and washable and perfect for messy artists. You know, just spilling a bit of paint or water, they just want to be able to wipe it off. Often you see this kind of item made in leather or a canvas, and leather gets watermarks on it and canvas will just stain, whereas the fabrics I recommend, you can just wipe them clean. So yes, I am putting together a tip sheet, updating my tip sheet on suppliers in the UK that sell water resistant fabrics suitable for this pattern and my other patterns that use water resistant fabrics as well. So I'll have that to my email subscribers. If you sign up to my bag maker emails, I'll be sending them the tip sheet in the next few days. So look out for that. Other questions I had as well are the snaps that I use. And what kind of tools do you need to set these snaps? Well, you can go to any haberdashery and they would have a pack of metal snaps, which usually includes a little die set, and all you need is a punching tool or an awl to make a hole before you set these. And that's the most affordable option for installing these metal snaps. I go into quite a lot of detail on my video tutorial for the artist brush roll, and that's free to watch on my YouTube channel. So yeah, you can install these metal snaps. You can either get the little gadget with the pack of snaps, or you can have if you're planning to make quite a few of these or use snaps quite a lot, you can buy one of these hand press gadgets, and you need to get the correct die to install the snaps. And again, I show you how I install the snaps on my video tutorial. And then you can also use cam snaps, the plastic ones that you would use for babies' bibs, the popper snaps. And those are about £7 or something on eBay. They're not overly expensive and can be quite a handy tool if you're planning to make a few of these. If you're just making a one-off or a couple, then I'd go for just the little small pack with the little setting tool. It requires a hammer, and I do not trust myself with a hammer. I much prefer my hand press to get a good result, because I end up hammering my fingers. I'm useless with a hammer. And then what other questions I've had? Will this work for makeup brushes? Good question. Now, I don't know where I've put my makeup brushes, but makeup brushes come in different lengths and different diameters. And they can be a bit on the short side. So even my smallest brush roll, this is my smallest one, it's still going to be too big for makeup brushes. You can modify the pattern to suit the tools that you're planning to put inside. So you could make the pockets a lot shorter and a lot wider to accommodate different sizes of tools. I give a suggestion for pockets that will fit paintbrushes, pencils, Sharpie markers, crochet hooks, and knitting needles, and extra long paintbrushes. So I already give the right size for those kind of tools. Makeup brushes, it really depends on how long your paintbrushes are, but this isn't a makeup brush roll, really. And what else was I asked? And can this project be sewn on a domestic sewing machine? Yes, it can. I use a domestic sewing machine. It's not anything overly fancy. It does a good job. I would say it's a high-end domestic machine, but an ordinary domestic machine can be used for all of my patterns. I make sure that my pattern testers have a variety of machines. Some have industrial, some have semi-industrial, and some have domestic machines, so that I know that my patterns work on both. So yeah, that's about it. If you have any other questions, feel free to pop me a message or comment below, and I'll try and answer you. And I really hope that well, I'm really looking forward to seeing some artist brush rolls out there in the wild. Grab my pattern, it's on sale this weekend, 25% off. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday. That's all from me, and until next week, have a good weekend. Bye.